Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray, and thank you for watching. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future anime and cartoon-related videos. So today, we are talking about Re:Zero Season 2, Episode 6, and we thought everything was going to get fixed, and we were wrong. We were so wrong. The Debowler is just too OP. So we know that Frederica, something's going on there. Somebody hired her to give Emilia the amulet for the whole teleportation thing, is what we found out. But apparently she is under some sort of oath, where I think it's kind of like the Anbu Black Ops in Naruto, how they were under an oath for Danzo, and if they had the tattoo on their tongue like Sai did. So basically, I think she's under a similar type of spell, and basically, if she talks about it, she dies. So there's really nothing they can do. Her and Ram kind of had like this big kind of argument fallout type thing. And basically, she was like, you're not going to get me to tell the information except by force. I'll go to the sanctuary, whatever. Although it was kind of cool because we got to see her strip down, get you some simpy weebness in there. But she ended up turning in full beast, basically into this giant crazy wolf thing. And she was very much so able to take on the Debowler to a certain extent. I just got to plug in the old laptop here. But basically, Subaru was like, hey, he started back at the trial. Like, basically, just after completing the trial is where he ended up starting off. So he was basically like, hey, guys, I'll just complete the trial in Emilia's stead. And then Garfield was kind of funny, because he had the exact opposite reaction of what you would think. Instead of thinking, oh, okay, cool, he was like, no, Emilia has to do it. You understand the circumstances of why she has to do it. I don't want you to do it. It would make me sick if you did it. And I'm just sitting there like, wait, what? He was like all about it. And now he's like, no, absolutely not. I thought that was pretty funny how it played out this time around. So we don't exactly know what information also Roswell told Subaru. Subaru kind of explained the situation to Roswell, what he thought was going to happen. So they actually got back there to the mansion a lot earlier, and everybody was alive at that point in time anyway. But, and then we learn about Frederica. We learn about somebody hired the Debowler too, who I don't know if they are working with Frederica or not. Because that's kind of my guess, is Frederica is working with the Debowler, and they are both kind of in cohorts, with each other, which that's my kind of guess, but I'm not really sure, which is why she said, oh, I'll go defeat her, fend her off or whatever. But she did specifically say that she was going to she was hired basically to kill all of them, but she won't say who hired her. So we have to figure out who hired her. My guess is probably one of the other candidates for the crown, if you will. That is my guess, is that she was sent to initially kill Emilia in the beginning. She's still trying to kill Emilia, but Emilia just didn't happen to be at the mansion at that point in time. And maybe the little jewel that's supposed to transform Garfield and Frederica into the Beast, maybe that was initially supposed to teleport her to the Debowler where she would die, but I honestly don't know how that's going to work. And basically she got mad at Subaru too, because she was like, oh, I messed up one time and now you lost all faith in me. So that really backfired on Subaru at that point in time. And it's interesting though, because Ram was being joked upon by Subaru, saying, oh, he'll just throw her as a decoy, which he actually did do in the past. And she kind of sort of remembered it, but not really. It was kind of like a deja vu moment for her. So that was very interesting. Subaru also got very mad that they'd left Beatrice and Rem in the mansion. But basically Ram was saying like, look, if she really is my sister and I did really have these feelings, she would want to protect Roswell and sacrifice herself as well if she was in that specific state. And she's kind of right. I feel like in that specific situation, Rem would pretty much sacrifice herself, or say the same thing about Ram in that particular situation is most likely what would happen with that. So we think everything's fine and dandy and working out, but no, the Debowler unfortunately ends up killing pretty much everybody again. As far as we know, we never really actually saw her kill Rem and Frederica, so who knows if she did or didn't do that. We don't really know. Pietra, unfortunately, is dead. You know, Subaru, there was, as you can kind of see in the thumbnail, I couldn't find the exact one I wanted, but there was like a heartfelt hug moment between him and her and Subaru. That was very nice. It's funny because she's more useful than Ram, Frederica said, and I thought that was freaking hilarious. She's actually, I think Frederica is trying to win her over. That is my guess anyway, most likely. But who knows? Who really knows? I still don't know the whole Frederica situation. We know she's kind of bad, but not 100% bad. So we don't know what she wants to do to Amelia at this point in time. What's going on with that? So who really knows? Question mark? Or is it this way? Might be that way because it's backwards. But my guess is probably what is going to happen next is we are going to get some sort of whole spiel with Beatrice and Subaru, and then Subaru is going to be like, hey, Beatrice, I need you to kill me. Yeah, which she has done in the past. So it wouldn't surprise me if she did it again. Because for whatever reason, he was wanted to run into Rem's room just to make sure she was okay. But as Beatrice likes to go about the house and try to hide, Subaru popped in and he was like, why the heck did you just save me again? Basically, he was like, all right, whatever. I don't want to die again from this crazy evil woman. And it would be interesting. I would love to see Subaru actually defeat her himself, somehow train and gain the ability. I don't think it's there for Subaru's character at this point in time, but it wouldn't be surprise me if that would happen at some point later on down the road. Either that, or my guess is he might kill it. He's going to end up having to die again because he's not going to want to leave everything like it just was with everybody dead. They have to live. They are main characters. Ram is anyway. Pietra, I think, is becoming a main character at this point in time. Seems like she's going to play an important role in this season, as we're only 6 episodes deep, and we basically saw her in pretty much every single episode so far, and she's got a thing for Subaru, too, you know. Subaru, Mr. Weakling, somehow ranking in all the ladies, and I actually like how Garfield was like, what, we're just going to listen to everything you say? Now, I liked his attitude about that because he is definitely one of those, he's a talker more than a fighter. So he basically lays it out so that way he is going to talk to people, explain the situation, explain his thought process, and win them over to his side. Where Garfield's like, well, I'm stronger than you, so yeah. Also, I think Garfield has a thing for Beatrice, the land dragon, because he was like, oh, you get 2 lucky ladies, what's with that? And he can transform into a beast too, so who knows? He might have a little fetish going on there. 9 out of 10. I honestly don't know, but he's got a thing for Ram. He's got a thing for Beatrice, and he was like, "Oh, you get Subaru. You get to go with two beautiful ladies. What's the deal with that?" I thought that was both interesting and creepy at the same time. So a little bit interesting, a little bit creepy. I hope we don't have to deal with that later on. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Frederica can talk in the beast form, which is actually pretty cool. But somehow the crystal is the only way that fully transforms her into full beast, which I'm not sure why that is the way it is. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why she had to rip up the maid uniform too. She could have just, like casually took it off and not destroyed her clothes. But I mean, I guess technically they were a little beat up. Ram did technically hurt the disemboweler a little bit, hurt the left arm, but she didn't seem to care. We don't even know what her past is, who hired her, if she's part of the witches cult or not, or if she's just somebody that one of the candidates hired in order to kill Amelia. So it may be other candidates as well, so they no longer had to deal with her as competition. But who knows? Because it's interesting, because I part of me doesn't believe that exactly, and the reason I say that is because in the beginning, Nobody was going to vote for Amelia anyway, but then Subaru came along and helped everything out. So I'm thinking more Witch's Cult than anything else, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Sloth and Greed have not made any appearances so far, so who knows what's going to happen with that. At some point, they're going to have to go after, not Sloth and Greed, Gluttony and Greed. Yep, Gluttony and Greed. We killed Sloth already. Getting my 7 deadly sins mixed up. But at some point, they're going to have to make an appearance too, obviously, so that way Rem comes back and gets in the game. So there you have it. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. It all helps. My name is Steve Gray. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.